Okay, I'm going to run through a lot of things here. So this is going to be kind of like a montage of a few different things, so I don't have to make a couple different videos. What I want to talk about. First of all, I just want to say South Carolina pick 4 tomorrow midday. 15 through 19 is due. It did hit tonight combined, but you'll notice here it's been out 6 draws and it hits very often. So I'm just saying 15 through 19 is coming soon. And I would also like to say that when you look at the keys that are due, you'll notice here that 0, 6, 3, and 2 for the midday. But when you go to the combined 3 and 8, which is a part of the same V track, I would expect that to be dropping hopefully tomorrow, a 3 or an 8. And then let me show you this. This is good here. So South Carolina, looking at the sums, you'll notice here I have it on 40 draws. And I have it on descending, showing me the sums that have not been used in those 40 draws, in the last 40 draws combined. And you're going to notice that all these here don't fit within the typical, the best parameter of 14 through 23 or 24 or whatever you think is the best parameter. I say about, honestly, it's like more like 16 through 20, 21. I know 13 through 23 or so is the best, but focusing in on sums. But look at this though, we're at 40 draws, and you're going to notice nothing in here to me stands out as good at all. This is all high sums or low sums. I mean, maybe the 11. I say that, and then these stupid singles will drop. But for the majority of sums, you want to stay within that sweet spot, and you're going to notice that there really isn't nothing here besides that, like I said, maybe that 11. And but what I'm talking about is that 15 through 19 right now. But check this out. When you go to 30 draws, okay, you're going to notice right away. Look at that. And that's a big one. 18, sum 18 hits a lot in all states, right? So I would focus in on that sum 18 with a key 3 or 8. I think that would be a really good start for pick 4. And also in my SB pairs, 5 is yellow. It's only out 11 though, and it's midday alone. So, I don't know about that, but let's just say we think that's going to happen. Now, what I would do is I would come over here and refresh this for some reason. Okay. So let's go ahead and just load this up. Okay. And I got this loaded up, and I have it, my favorite 300 here that hit a lot. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get rid of all these. I'm going to keep just sum 18, and I'm going to do key 3, 8. I guess I could say 0, 6 or whatever it was, but I'm going to say just that for now. Let's see what this brings us to. Look at that, down to 13 boxed numbers. If there's a sum 18 tomorrow and it holds the 3 or an 8, and it falls within this here. See, I have all my colors too, so I haven't even adjusted that. You look at South Carolina here. It isn't really showing me much at all on this page right now, but I mean, look at this. Perhaps a purple tomorrow. There's been a lot of weird stuff going on in Carolina. What the heck, man? Purple. So if you think a purple is going to hit tomorrow, what you can do, I would take note of these right here. Take note of these 13 for South Carolina tomorrow. It's a good set probably. And what I would do is, let's just go like this and just do the purple tomorrow. Let's say a purple has to hit. Now we're down to 10. It really didn't take me down a lot. But let's say also that it falls with a red, which, happens very often. Now we're down to 5 box numbers. So that's what I'm thinking. And this is a little bit what I do to, to reduce. I haven't even checked any of this other stuff here, like the V-track cluster. Let's see how that's doing right now. And then I want to talk about one other thing about sums, and then another new filter I have up, which I'm going to slow down now on filters. So here, let's check this out. Yeah, so 3 or 8 is definitely due. And see, the ABC has been out only 6 draws, but you're going to see 6 and 7. Look at this, 5, 1, 2. It doesn't stay out long at all. Let's just say that tomorrow there's going to be all 3 colors used, because we think a 3 or an 8 is going to be used already. So let's go ahead and remove that X. And I have to remove this. I have to like adjust this and then save it again because it won't load with that there. I think it's the little stars. There you go, top 3. Those are my top 3 numbers for South Carolina tomorrow, boxed. That's what I'm thinking. I like that. I like that one right here because of that 0 or that 6. So there you go. That's what I'm looking for, South Carolina. And all right, now I'm going to move on. I'm not going to break that down too much more, obviously, because I already got low. But let's move on now. I want to show you. I do want to make a video later about pick 5. I have some stuff open again. I know it's kind of crazy, but I have a really good set of numbers that hit very often, and I'm still adjusting it. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. I haven't been in here in a few days. And it starts with this right here. Let's talk about this real quick. I'll make a video on pick 5 itself later. And this is what I have right now. And I'm going to go ahead and start this up and I'll show you. So this starts you off with 763 as opposed to, 2,000 box numbers. But I got it a lot lower than that. A lot lower. And I'll show you that in a video later. I get it down to about just a couple hundred, 200 to 300. And it hits a lot. I mean, a lot. It's crazy. So I'm working on this because I'm thinking about getting online and play that, because it's pick 5 is amazing because doubles hit so often. You can focus on the double and focus on the BPY. Just doing that alone brings you down to like, oh my gosh, just so little. And then if you just say a red or a purple or whatever it's showing, like right here, you can be like, oh yeah, red's coming. So then you can do the red. Like right now, it's kind of like up in the air, for Florida anyway. And I'm going to start getting a little bit more into the positional stuff. And I'm pretty excited about that. So that's what I'm going to get to. I'm not going to talk about pick 5 right now. I just want to talk about this pick 4 stuff here in South Carolina. And then I want to jump over to pick 3. And before I get to the new filter here, I want to show this right here. This is a really cool farthest out sums. You can do sums 12 to 15. I have it down here. You can do 10 to 17, 11 to 16, 12 to 15, and 10 to 17. And what you can do with that is, this is the 11 to 16. And it's pretty crazy to see some of these out here, like Arkansas evening. I would never think that sum 13 would go out 70 draws. It just seems crazy. That's why I can't focus in on sums. I will only focus in on sums if I'm doing more than 2, like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 sums. But I'm not focusing on one sum pretty much ever again, because it can really burn you. But at the same time, sometimes it's a good thing. It's just like, there's just special times for that when I will go for that one single sum. But anyway, so kind of like I did over there in the South Carolina one, like that 18 at the 30 draw, that one there, that's not going to last much longer. I mean, you can jump around all the states and you go past that 30, 40 draw. It's a little different in the pick 4, but the pick 3, it's like freaking, hey man, these sums can, oh, these are the best sums. And it's like, yeah, they haven't hit in 66 days. I just wasted, $300 chasing that sum 15. Oh, but I won 80. Oh man, I'm done past that. I'm tired of that. So let's look at, let's see what Minnesota is. I just wanted to check that out once. Minnesota is showing 13, but I know 11 and 13 are both due. But see, look at 37 draws. This is a 1-draw state. So that's technically only like about 16 or 17 draws, right? And you're looking at some of these up in here that got like, 70 draws. It's like, I can't bank on 13 hitting for Minnesota because, statistically it could stay a lot longer. So it's like, I can't, keep putting my money on some 13 alone. It's a little different, I feel, in the pick 3. Anyway, very cool filter here. You can find this. Remember, go to the news. check out here that he's got the updates all the time right here, and then current recommendations, and check out the new stuff I just talked about here. And then there's a host of other stuff too. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about on the sums, the new sum filter, and of course the SUG top 40. I always go on here to see what people are doing. There's, a lot of people. This thing here still takes the cake. It's crazy. I have some templates saved over there, but I really like the emulator, so I'm just rocking that. The alpha test crunch, that's pretty cool too. Cut sums. Let's see. Mine is still being used in here. So let's talk about mine right now. Let's talk about that right now. So let's go over to that. So this is the new filter of mine that I've been working on. It's nothing really special, but and I have something else to talk about later too. It's not a new filter, but it's something I want to talk about. But anyway, I'm probably not gonna have time for that. So here's the new filter right here. Okay, so what I did is this page is going to be truly focused on single box pair patterns and the SBP. Okay, that's why I moved that other stuff to the other page, because I really want this to be focused in on that. And once again, these here are the straight versions. So these are based off of 496. Okay, and then this is the boxed version based off of 469. Okay, so that's what that is. And then this is just in general when one of these hit. It's not, in a particular order. It's just in general. Okay, and then these are the doubles. Anytime you see a double here, it doesn't necessarily mean a double, but this one does mean a double. So double blue hit, see double blue, and that was an actual double. That's why it's called actual double. So anyway, so the new filter here is pretty cool, because I've kind of neglected my SBP, my original here, and this is the SBP right here. And I want to show you a little bit how to use this. So first of all, there is, of course, the information page right here for all the patterns. And this is the SBP, okay? See, SBP, this is the original SBP. There's 24 patterns, and you can play them by color or you can play them singly. You can look them up in a chances, frequency, distribution charts. And then here's the 0 to 3 singles. It's the same thing, except for it's not, because there's no above, like there's no 589 or 489. It's only 0 to 3 keys used. Play the same thing by color, which I was thinking about adding the color to the frequency charts and chances charts, because I don't have that over there yet. And since I'm going to be following this, it makes maybe some sense to do that. And then this is the single boxed pair patterns, the SBPP. This is the single box pair patterns. Okay, this stuff is just all part of the 8 pair sum. And then these are the V tracks and A tracks, and then this is for the tracking of the other filter of mine. But so this we're focusing on right here, single box pair patterns, 0 to 3 singles, and the SB pair patterns. Okay, now I'm going to show you a little bit what you can do with this information here. Let me zoom in on this. I was thinking about moving the straight version over and then taking the box and bringing it over here, but I don't think I want to do that, because this is based off of the straight and then this is based off the box, so I don't think that's probably a good idea. So first of all, let's just jump over to the 1 to 10% filter, and I'm going to show you something. Instead of focusing on box right now, because I always start in box, and I think it's the best thing, because you can always reduce your numbers from 220 down to, typically between 20 or even less, and or conservatively like 50 to 75, like without even thinking. So it's like, and then you convert to straight, and then you got a lot less numbers to deal with. So anyway, so I wanted to show you this. I'm going to start with straight. So look, I went to 1%, and I went to my colors here, SBPP, not the SBP, but the SBPP, the pair patterns. I did AB instead of pre-sorted. It's so hard for me to not do anything but pre-sorted, but okay, we're doing pair AB, and I'm going to jump right out the gun here. Look at this one, District of Columbia, midday, specific, can't talk. Okay, blue is due, right? So check that out. So blue is due and it's at 1%. So how many did it have to go to be to 1%? So we're going to go over to District of Columbia and check this out here. So that right there, what I was just telling you about, is dealing with the straight version, right? And look at, there hasn't been a blue. Look at that, only that many days. That's not even that many days. What is that? 117, there was a blue. Look at that. And today's the first. That's it for it to get to the 1%. Because watch this, when you scroll down, blue is just covering the canvas. Look at that. Blue, 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 blue. Go look in any other state. Blue, 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 blue. Right? So here's the deal. You can start with that. You know that's, if you're in District of Columbia or you're playing online, there's going to be a blue coming here. Probably in the next few draws, right? I can't say, 1 to 3. I wish I could say 1 to 3 draws, but I don't really know. I mean, you have to know your state, and I don't know this state. So I'm just, as an example. But so what you can do is you can go over to the slasher, and I put in pick 3 numbers, and I did the SB. I didn't mean to do that one right there. So I did SBP colors right in here. Okay, I scrolled down to my colors, and then I picked AB over here. Okay, and that's what you see right here. So first you pick it from this right here. You go all the way down to mine, and then you pick the blue. Then you put in blue. And if you don't know what to put in, once you add this, just go ahead and hit pairs, and it'll show you. There's only 3 colors, obviously. So I put in blue. All right, and when you put in blue, I already X these out for a second because I want to show you something. That's only 300 straights. So every single time you see a blue on the front like this, that's 300 straights to start with. And look how often it hits. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at that again. And I'm going to show you what I did here. So you're going to notice here that I have 0 and 8. And the reason why is because District of Columbia, key 0 is out 10 draws. Now, I'm not looking at that 2 right now, even though the 2 is a good chance too. So you could add that in there if you wanted to, but I'm going to do mid alone. 0 and 8. And I know those are a part of the, once again, the same, what is that, A track? I don't know if that's a A track. I think that's A tracks. I could look at that right now, but I wanted to keep this open for Minnesota because I've noticed that here there hasn't been a double in here for a while, but I don't want to get off track, so I'll come back to that. So let's go over to District of Columbia. And why is the midday above the evening? All right, let's go to District of Columbia midday and check this out. Look at that. Look at that. And see, I'm at the bottom, middle, top right now. So just go to A-Tracks if you want to. Look at this. Look at that. There hasn't been an A-Tracks 4 in 8 draws. Look at that. It's coming back. It's coming back. And check it out. These doubles that you see, they get thrown in here very, very like on the clock, right? Look at that. Cross states, you can see it. And guess what? 0 and 4. It could say 1 technically. But 0 and 4 are very due. Well, I shouldn't say 4 is really due, but 0 is. But 0 is going to be what? A 0 or a 1. So that one's going to be a 1 or a 4. Not a 0 or a 1, it's a 1 or a 4. So I'm not that interested in that one. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about the double right now. I just want to talk about the 0 or the 8 hitting. You can see that that's very due. Okay. And then looking at the new sum chart that I showed you, 12 and 14 are very due. And you know what? You're going for 2. I mean, I suppose I could probably go for more, but I just want to show you this. So just doing the 0 to the 8 without doing the sums, we're already down to 156 straights. Okay. And then if you think that that 12 or 14 may drop tomorrow, hope, for District of Columbia, you're down to 12 straights. All right. And right now, currently 0 is the top one, I think, that is due on the front. So maybe 048 tomorrow. I don't know. I'm just showing you an example of what you can do with this, the power of this, because you can reduce dramatically, So I don't know what time I'm at right now. Hopefully I got time. That's what I wanted to show you. And let me jump over here once and see if I can see the time I have here. Sorry, I don't know the time I have, but anyway, I'm going to try to shut off a little earlier anyway. So That's what I want to show you. And then also, like, I was get back to this here. So District of Columbia, you're going to also notice that, so what these here are dealing with here is you have the SBP OS 03S, and that is these two combined. So that's all that is this purple. It's the same thing as what you see right here. Okay. And I have the coding. So, the 1 is red, the 2 is purple, or right, whatever. And then the 3 is green, the 4 is orange. And the orange can only fall in this one and this one. And then just the basic, BPY colors instead of a number. So that's what I did. And I just like this zoomed out too much or something. It's just driving me crazy. It's just, I hate how this works sometimes. Like, I don't like it. That's why I can't have it super zoomed in, because it just like bugs my eyes out. So, I know it's a little small right now though, so I guess I kind of got to have that. So anyway, so then this one here is dealing with the SBP, which is this one, the original that I showed you on the pattern charts. And it's also dealing with the AB. See how it says pre right here? So it's dealing with that number right there. So it's blue. See that? So it's purple, blue, right? And what's interesting is you can actually find when there's a lowest winning number of 4 or above, you'll see a lot of times there'll be just one thing used here, and you'll scroll down, see red, blue, green, pink, green, yellow. So that alone could be a filter. So that's what that's dealing with right there. So it's taking the SBP color and it's combining it with the pre-sorted AB, the box version AB, not the straight. I'm not doing this. This here has no bearing on this at all. So you've got to know that. And then this next one here is dealing with the 03 single color, like orange here. And then the AB again. So this is all dealing with just the AB of the box version. Okay. So like this, orange P. So that's orange P. Look at that, orange P, right? That's orange pink, right? So that's the orange of the 03 and the pink in the box version of the AB. It's pretty easy. You just got to look at it for a few minutes and your mind will obviously see what you got to see, that this is all it's dealing with. I might do the AC if this tracks well. I have no interest in the BC, but maybe the AC, because I do like to track that as well. So that's what this is. And you can, I have yet to really kind of study it out and try to find patterns within it, because you're going to be able to find patterns. And look at this though, purple, orange, purple, orange, purple, orange, purple, orange. That's crazy. So every single time you see a purple, orange, okay, purple, orange, right? Purple, orange. Let me show you that. There's a new pattern page right here. Derek's project, SBP OS. Okay, right here. So that's what it's dealing with. So every time you see a purple, orange, is right here. So one of these numbers, that's it. Just those numbers. So it's a 2-4, right? So you go back and look at that. I got to shut that down. So purple, orange. So that's a 2-4. See that? So every single time you're going to see a purple, orange. Find another one here. No, I can't find one. Go back up to the top where there's like a million of them. So purple, orange, it's a 2-4 every single time. It's a 2-4, right? So it's just one of those numbers, right? So like 256 and 167. See? 256 and 167. So that's what that is. And this is pretty cool. So this is giving you the codes for that. And then this is the codes for the SBP along with the pre-AB, right? Like red, blue. So red, like it shows you the ones that are top hitters too, like this one here. So purple, yellow has got 17. Here you go. Green, blue has 23 in there. So let's look at a green, blue ones. So let's find an SBP, which is this one, green, blue. So green right here. So green, and then the blue hit. See that? on the SBP right here. So that would be a green blue, right? So right here, green blue. It's the second column. That's what that is. So SB, SB, I'm sorry, 3B. So green blue. So that's 347, right? I'm screwing up here. Okay. Yeah, 347, and do another one. Green. There's another one right there. 235. Another one right there. 510. Another one right there. 743 again. Another right there. 345. So every single time you see that, that's a part of that 23 numbers boxed right there. So every single time there's a green blue for that AB. I do think I was thinking about having another one put here that for the AC eventually, but I think the AC I'd like to have maybe, right over here or something away from the AB one. But that's not yet. And I was also thinking about having these right here, these three items here in the chances and the frequency charts to be able to track them in there. I think that would be very useful. So that's what I'm thinking. And then also I wanted to say another column possibly to put them together in a sense. So it's, like a space, and then have like this one here, red, green, pink, right? And then so have right here, red, green, pink right next to each other. So that the red, because this can kind of trick your eyes, I think, a little bit because there's so much going on. But I've already been looking at it all day, so I'm starting to get used to it. It just takes time to get used to something. But you can find patterns in it, and you can eliminate, and find like the most due or whatever. Like I was just looking at this in District of Columbia. Not only is that due, but look at this, green isn't hit for a long time. So there hasn't been a green. So green should be coming back as well. And blue hits too. So if you think a green, I'm not going to guess the color of this right now, but, and I hope you understand what I was saying there. Just one last thing I want to show is like another column that would help you be able to see like purple, blue, purple, green, pink, and having it together in a similar sense like these right next to this, so that way you can see that. For now you just have to kind of eyeball that, but so let me see here. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to grab the green. I'm just going to grab it from here once so you can see, you can play it by color. So this green is really due. So I'm going to do this boxed numbers. These are boxed numbers. So let's go ahead and put this over here amongst this 12 to see what that does. So let's just say a green hits tomorrow, because green is like crazy due. And let's drop that in there. I'm going to shut this off after this. Let's drop that in there. Green, that's box numbers. And here's your straights. So this is what the straights are left. These are the straights left. 068 and 608. Those are the straights left. If the green hits tomorrow and there's a blue on the front in the straight version, and a 0 or an 8 hit, and it's a 12 or a 14, and a green hits, dude, I keep hitting like 1,000 things. It's driving me freaking crazy. Okay, it has to be these one of these numbers straight. See how that works, and hopefully this all makes sense. Just got to look at it a little bit, and just focusing on one. You want to focus on just one, just isolate that. You can zoom in on that, and you're gonna focus in on that then, and look at the one that's most due, right? It's like purple, pink, obviously blue hits a lot. So blue just hit. It's due in the straight version, but it did just hit in the box version. So, but you can look at what's the most due or what's the furthest out right now, and then maybe the furthest out color, and then maybe the two furthest out of the 03, because there's actually 4 colors in this, and then pick a hot color or something in the AB, in the pre-AB, like blue, right? Because blue in the AB, pre-AB hits a lot. So I'm really getting down to this positional stuff because you can really narrow that down. So that's what I got for, I remember that is District of Columbia. It's District of Columbia tomorrow. Maybe that'll be the number instead of that 048 I was thinking. Green has to hit though, but look at the green. Green hasn't hit for how long again? I mean, gosh, 150